Hey, what's up everybody? So right now I'm gonna give you a little teaser as to my big new sculpture that is going to be coming in a video. And if this is an older video, check out this piece. I'll have it tagged here when it's ready. Big bear, big wolf. So in this video we are going to talk about carving expression in the wolf. So I've got the thing basically blocked out. You know, the face is there. And I'll do a how-to wolf video pretty soon, but this right now is more about carving expression. Now when you're carving expression into things, you want to look at like the muscles and even look at your face. You know, like when you pull back and snarl and exaggerate. It's the same thing when you're doing spirit faces, and it's the same thing when you are doing wolves or bears or anything. But we're gonna do a couple tricks. So right away, I'm already knowing that this wolf is pulling back and going like, argh. So there's gonna be a wrinkle here. That'll probably come up a little bit. And then I'm gonna have to work in some negative space and maybe like the tongue like kind of pushing forward. So, you know, it's pretty good. He's jumping over the log, and he's going to be attacking some beavers. It's a really fun piece. This has been a really long, drawn-out piece. You know, this whole process started a long time ago. But now we're getting it done. Next week after this video, so the next video, if you go in line, that one after Tool Talk Tuesday, this next big one will be my next big video out. So here we go. It is pretty symmetrical, and now it's about creating expression. So once again, get references. Now get a front reference and a side profile reference, and see if you can just Google, like, you know, Google is amazing. You can think of anything you want. Snarling wolf, boom, you're gonna have tons of images. Tree, frog hanging, something will come up. Anything. So references, 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 and real carvings. Like I've said so many times, you want to do real carvings because that is going to be what is going to, or not real carvings, shit. Real pictures. Real pictures are what's going to be what you want to see, because real pictures don't lie. The animal doesn't lie. My interpretation of this is going to be far different than what the animal anatomy actually is. And I've said that before, and I'll say it again. You know, you don't want to copy other people's art too much. You want to make it your own. Find your own way to express your art. And for me, if you're doing realism, for me, myself, I always look at real pictures. Sometimes I look at other artists in wood for sure, you know, like I look at a lot of people and kind of what they're doing, and you know, if I see something like, oh, that guy did a cut like that, that's cool, or that girl did you know, use the Dremel for this way instead of doing that, and I'm like, oh, cool. But you know, digital art, clay, bronze, you know, all different mediums have a lot of different textures, different ideas, so I pull a lot from there if I'm looking at art. But mostly I try to find realistic animals and realistic faces. And if I'm doing a face, it's like I've said before, it's like over exaggerated expressions will help you find power lines to really work in like your faces and expression and creating that either fierceness or whatever that moment in time you're trying to create. So enough talking, let's get at it. You know, thanks for watching. If you like this video, definitely give it a like, and leave a comment if you have any questions, or if you want to, you know, give me ideas too. I'm always open to them as long as they're nice, because really that's what my page is about. And you know, I see a couple offhand comments and then people get blocked, but you know, that's that's just the way it is. I don't care. But I do this so I can, you know, help everybody who wants to learn, and at the same time share my whatever I know to anyone coming up, because you know what, this is what we're here for. And sometimes I like to do other videos, you know, like you'll see on my page, it's a range of everything, and I've kind of wanted to talk about that, because some days I'll do, you know, AMSR, some days I'll do half AMSR, half you know, all different types of content, and that's just because I'm finding my groove. And actually for me, in doing these videos, I really like the editing process, and I like to try new things. So, you know, thanks for watching all my videos. For everybody who's here every day, you guys are all awesome, and girls, everybody, whoever it is in the world, I just love it because we're all carvers and we're all here together. So let's get back on it. Here we go. Let's I'm gonna work in the nose, because right away I'm thinking that he's crunched up because he's pulling back, and when you pull back you can see my nose goes up, the wrinkles start happening, so that's gonna happen. I'm gonna cut in here and give it like a snarl, mouth open, about to open, and he is just sneaking up on this beaver, and he's going to attack. The other one sees him, this guy doesn't, so it's to the world's interpretation as to what happens, because right now we're just capturing a moment in time. So let's get at it. Here we go. You. What I've been thinking before, and we'll start pulling back. It looks like it's pulling, just like my nose there, just like that. You see that pull? So that's gonna be where I'm gonna kind of focus.
Start it up.
So like I was saying, right now I gotta shape in this thing. I gotta get this nose a little smaller, a little tighter, it's a little big, and start to shape in these teeth a little more. But I'm really loving this whisper. This is really nice. It's a great bit. They're good for detail, and I like how they kind of give it a little bit of a rough finish, which then when I flap sand, it'll kind of look like fur. So, you know, this is really nice. I think this is a great new bit. I'm really pumped on them, and I'm just gonna keep plugging away, get these eyes dialed in, and then move into the mouth and kind of finish this off. You know, it's not as much as you think that goes into it. It's just, the blocking and stuff is really tricky, but we'll get there in another video. This is all about detail and creating some snarling lips. Ah. gonna start etching in the eyes. I always like to go with this bit, as all of you know. It's the, you know, metal carbide cone that Dremel makes. I just love it. I burn them like crazy. I have so many of them because I use them like crazy. You know, I love the detail that it does. You guys don't have to do it. There's so many other tools that you can use, but this is something that works. It works for me, so it could work for you. Depends on the style and how you like your stuff to look. I like the idea of burning and carving at the same time. So, you know, here we go. I'll start to like put in the circles. You know, wolves have those distinctive pupil to like big circle. So I'm gonna do some circles. I like to start on the outer eye, but you know, I'm looking at the pictures and it's very black. So I'm just gonna really make sure I hit those half circles the most. That's kind of my major target right now. Good little trick. Good little trick I always do. Good little trick I always do when I'm doing these. If I got sawdust here and I need to get it out, I just use this, you know. This always gets in your eyes anyways with this wind. I just point it at it, and then it normally does the clearing I need with that. It clears that really fine sawdust. So, you know, I went a little high already on this eye. So if you go a bit high, you can just recess it back, you know. Like there's nothing really too bad with it. I lost my vision on it.
Start it up. Lit.
So that's a pretty good way to, you know, start to create motion, start to create texture, and start to create different elements of detail into your pieces, especially using a Dremel. So, you know, I'm gonna do a quick little burn and flap sand so you can see what this looks like, and then I'm gonna talk about the adding more detail into the nuances of your pieces. As soon as you add a little shadow, you can see the texture come to life. The contrast really starts to pop. And now I'm just gonna do a light sand because this is just, I'm not there yet. Okay, so check it out, you know. This is the start of carving an aggressive wolf with like a slightly turned face. And just by changing like the dynamic of the position of a regular face, like just a regular, or oh, that's always what we kind of do in most wolf carvings. But when you start to think about really like punching in the grr and the growl, you know,
the face changes. It shows that he's like kind of, you know, pulling more on this side, and it's snarling as he's coming over the log. And you're really able to kind of create stuff. So hopefully you liked this video. If you did, smash that like button. Leave me a comment if you have any questions about anything, and we'll get to you. You!